push me around or put me in my place, but I'll never stay there. Understanding my life, why I am, may take some time. 'Cause every step that I take, I wipe my footprints away.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream Saturday, and I was literally still setting things up before I just came on screen because I have a new camera. And the thing about my new camera is it's actually quite fancy, and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I've been saving up money and of course donations, even though you don't have to donate, as I always say, but every donation does go towards what I do, and one of those things was to buy a camera that didn't go all funny with the lighting, and I wanted to get a 4K camera as well for my analysis videos so that when I started recording those it was a little bit better quality. So the thing is about this new camera is that I know that the live streams are set to full HD, so it's like 1280 by 720p. I think it was something like that. I don't think we got that on the previous camera because of the way it go really contrasty and all that kind of stuff. But with this camera, we're full HD at the moment. I thought, I wasn't sure about going for 4K on a live stream because of the bandwidth and all that stuff, and I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know whether it would even work, but maybe full HD is probably fine and probably an upgrade to what we've had anyway. So yeah, I was getting everything sorted, but with the camera, because the other camera struggled with the lighting, this camera, if anything, is, yeah, it just shows the room as it is at the moment. So the good thing is that I can have the lights actually really quite low, and I've even got a controller for this camera. So it means that I can do things on this, and for example, let's see what we can do here. I can actually like zoom in to myself if I wanted to, not that we actually want to, but I tried to get it to the same kind of place, and I think it's about here that we had before. But the other thing that I can do is actually zoom out so that if you imagine I've got my guitar on me, you'll be able to see my full guitar because it's, I don't know, it's obviously got more space from top to bottom than the other one had. So yeah, it's quite a fancy thing. I think you don't want to be too far away, but I'll probably leave it there so you can see everything. But we've also got on here like refresh rates, and I think I can turn the camera off as well, but I won't do that just in case it doesn't come back on again. And it's got this thing where it's got AI. I mean, everything's got AI nowadays, but because this is quite a fancy one, and I could save up my donations for a while in order to get a fancy one. It means the AI, if I was using it, which I haven't got it on at the moment, and the focus on it with the AI follows your face. So if I were moving around a lot, or things were changing and things were going in different distances in the background, the AI would always keep my face in focus. But of course I've turned it off because I'm not going anywhere. So anyway, I don't know whether it's going to look any different on your screens, but I mean, it does look better on mine because you can actually see, or at least I can see now, the room and the lighting as it is as I'm sitting here, rather than it looking really dodgy and making my t-shirt really black and making my hair black as well, and all those different things, funny things that happened with that other camera. So you can actually see, I think, more of my amplifier. You can see that it's a Fender down there, and I mean, that is primed and ready to go. You might be able to see that it's got a little display on it. So yeah, it's turned on, ready to go. But let's see if everything works on screen as it normally does, because I have not got anything on screen yet. And because I was setting things up, I'm not sure where the screen captures have gone, which I will be needing in a second. But anyway, let's get the names of my patrons up on screen because they make this all possible in the first place. So a huge shout out to these amazing people at the bottom of the screen that I'm going to restart because sometimes it just does it in a random order and doesn't include all of the names. And it's going on, or should I say, it's going off in the wrong order, or at least it's missing out names. So let me just check that everything is fine with this. Yep, it's all set up, ready to go. I have typed in everything correctly. And it should start by saying, as you regular viewers will know, sponsored by the Wings of Pegasus patrons. But for some reason, it's going through it and just randomly taking names. It might be the case that it eventually resets itself and starts working. So, I mean, this is nothing to do with my camera, but these things tend to happen. So keep an eye on that at the bottom of the screen. It should say at some point, sponsored by the Wings of Pegasus patrons, because that's what it's set up to do. But obviously, gremlins are in the system tonight, and it's just deciding to do it differently. Right, let's get the likes goal up on screen, see if that is working. And let me move this out of the way so I can check. And yes, I can see that. Hopefully it's appeared on your screens. We are aiming for 350 likes tonight, which is a crazy amount of thumbs up that we are going to be attempting to hit tonight. So if you can hit that thumbs up as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. We can make a bit of a dent into that target. And having said that, let's get the likeometer up on screen to see where we are at the moment, and that is working as well, which is great. It means we're looking for 148 more people to hit the thumbs up. So yes, thank you. And we're getting a bit of a spike of the lights going on, so thank you guys for that. And as I always say, you don't have to donate. Just watching the live streams is great. Hitting the thumbs up, maybe commenting and introducing yourself as well. That'd be great, because then we can all get to know each other on the live streams on a Tuesday and a Saturday. But let me just get up on screen the donations tab for those people that can't resist donating. I was going to update this because I think YouTube take about 60%, at least that's what I've worked out from previous donations and then how much I actually receive. But I've still got on there between 35 and 45%. I mean, that's the official figure that they give you, but I think it's actually a bit more than that. Anyway, just in case you do donate and you can't resist, I think it's important that you know exactly where your money goes. And through the PayPal link in the description below, between 3 and 5% goes to PayPal. So you can decide to do things however you like, but just, yeah, I mean, there's like at least a 40% difference between the two. PayPal is very much just set up for, I'd say, people, independent artists, all that kind of stuff. They don't take a huge percentage, unlike YouTube, who are constantly trying to put adverts on the live streams as well, because I can see something that says focus on your live stream and let YouTube insert ads for you, and you're supposed to click on that for then, you know, to be able to concentrate on my live stream, and then for YouTube to put adverts all over the place. But I try and cancel them whenever I see them. And I can see that Cindy said it's Phil Jam 40 this time. Let me have a little look on that likes goal, because I think this is where we keep it. And yes, it says 39, so let me change that to 40. And if we hit our target of 350 likes, that means we're going to be having Phil Jam number 40 tonight. So keep on hitting that thumbs up, and we'll see where we end up a little bit later on. And 241 likes, by the way. That means we're looking for 109 more people to hit that thumbs up, and then we'll have that Phil Jam. Right. We also have the vote. I think I forgot to mention this, or just was blabbering on about lots of different things in the last live stream, and then we just watched the cover video that won. But tonight we have the vote for More Than Words and Miles Away. I think Miles Away was requested again for this live stream, but it was a rollover from the last live stream, I believe, unless I'm going crazy. I think Miles Away was requested last time as well. So yeah, between those two, I can see that More Than Words is in the lead at the moment with 57% of the vote. So I will be jumping into the donations, but quickly, something that I did when I spotted, or at least I spotted a question or two in the live chat room before the stream started, or at least when the Art Not Commerce video was playing and I was messing around getting the pictures for tonight as well. That's something that I hadn't even done before literally being ready to go, and then I realised, oh, I haven't got the pictures yet, so I haven't even said thanks to Laura for the pictures, because I was busy downloading them and trying to get it all set up for later on for Picture Corner. So we'll see how that goes, because I haven't done the screen capture for that either. But anyway, yeah, looking through the comments, I grabbed a couple of them, and let's see if this works, because Pam said, is this filmed in Maidenhead or London? And that's for my video, Art Not Commerce. So I just quickly clicked on that comment, because I can mark them and then go back to them. So I thought, oh, I'll answer that. So yeah, it was in Maidenhead. So that will be Maidenhead. If you walk around Maidenhead, you'll be able to see various different places that I was walking in front of or around, and then the River Thames as well. That's where I'm walking in front of, and obviously you can see a couple of boats and all that kind of stuff. So then, Elaine said, howdy to you. When did you become a Southerner? So yeah, I just tend to say howdy. I don't know why I ever started saying howdy or y'all. Probably y'all was your collective influence, you people from the USA. I don't know where that started, but then I started saying it. And then once I started saying it, I couldn't stop saying it, because I think I see it in the movies quite a lot, and I know that I probably use it incorrectly, because it doesn't mean you all. It's something different to that, but I just use it as an English person would, referring to kind of you all, saying y'all. But anyway, thank you for those questions, and I thought I'd just mark those couple before we started the live stream, because I could see them and click on them. But anyway, getting into the donations in the PayPal window, as you guys know, I do reference all of these no matter when they come through, and the first one came through from Janice for £38, so thank you for that, Janice. And this came through at 8:30 on Wednesday night, and the message was, Phil, follow up to my question about a vacation. I wish you would go on vacation. Oh, that sounds dangerously close to an insult. So thank you for that, Janice, and that was part of the message, by the way. That wasn't me making that noise, even though it was me making the noise, but you know what I mean. So thank you for that, Janice. And yeah, I mean, going on vacation, like I said in the last live stream, isn't something that I've done. I don't kind of go away for a week or a couple of weeks or even a weekend, because at the moment, yeah, everything that I do is just full on. So it means that I've got to spend every day keeping up with emails and doing messages and all that kind of stuff. If I just took 2 weeks off, when I came back to doing everything, it would be an absolute nightmare. If I can only just keep up every day, thinking having 14 days then piled on top of the day that I've got to try and keep up with, yeah, it's just not worth thinking about. So yes, at the moment I'd just rather keep everything going, keep organised, and be able to, relatively relax from a mental standpoint, because yeah, if I knew I had 14 days to now catch up on, and other messages, and this is the other thing, like messages that come through that are either, sponsorship inquiries, or people that watch the channel that message me, or like Jim, who was letting me know about the goodies jewelry that he wanted to send over for the 35th anniversary, I think it was. But yeah, so all of these emails, if I just didn't do anything for 2 weeks, then I would miss all of these. And emails from musicians as well, and people that got in contact with me, like Steve Stevens and Buck Dharma, who we've then spoken to on the channel. Well, I'd potentially miss those, and then I'd look at it and maybe have missed that opportunity to maybe chat to somebody on the channel. So yeah, I just prefer to keep up to date with everything, and it is a 24/7 thing. 24/7, 365, as they say, because we do live stream. And I go into New Year's Day and Christmas Day, but this is just the way that we roll on the channel. And things are continuing to grow, because even though I didn't title this as 319, is it now? 1,000 subscribers. I believe that has happened before we went live. So did I change it? I did change it. So there it is, 319,000 subscribers, which means that it's either like maybe the 6th or the 7th or the 8th live stream in a row where we've gone up by 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, that is amazing. But I think it is slowing down, and if it does slow down, it means it gives me a little bit more of an opportunity to keep up with things. But yeah, great that we're up to 319,000, which crazy number. To think that we're at 300,000 not very long ago at all. 19,000 extra people is quite a lot of extra people. So yeah, thank you guys for subscribing, and make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified for all of the videos and the live streams and all of that kind of stuff. So yes, Janice, thank you for that donation. And we had another one that came through from Gabriella, and this is for £2, and it's not a money request, it is a donation. And it says, just a try of PP, which obviously will stand for PayPal. So thank you for that, Gabriella. And I think we've all been party to Gabriella's PayPal exploits and the things that have been going on with trying things and then trying to reverse things and trying to try things again. So yeah, just a try this time. So thank you for that, Gabriella. And I'm going to move on to the next one. And I don't know whether you can see, but there is a fly in this room somewhere. I need my Judge Judy swatter thing. But it is, in case you don't watch Judge Judy, whenever there's a fly, she has this, fly squatter, is that what it's called? But anyway, she has this thing that she hits the flies with and has it on her desk just ready for it. And I think she's actually quite good at doing it, but I'm not very good at doing it. And if I did try and do it, I'd probably hit the camera, my new camera, and totally break it and wreck everything. So anyway, yeah, if you see it flying around, hopefully it doesn't go in my eye or in my mouth. Fingers crossed. But I can see it's being attracted to the screen over here. I can see it and then it disappears. So I'm going to have to try and keep things together. Right. Anyway, back to the next donation that came through on PayPal. It's from Nicole for £8.16. So thank you for that, Nicole. And the message is, hello, Phil. With this new live stream, I wanted to know, what are your favourite ballads in your pretty town? And what sport are you practicing at the moment? Thank you for that. A lot of kisses. Rock on. So thank you for that, Nicole. And I'm not really sure what the question means. Maybe it's more like, what are your favourite places in the town that I live in? So favourite, I mean, it's good that we've looked at Maidenhead at the beginning of this video, or at least me walking through Maidenhead, because I can talk about the River Thames is a nice place to go, and especially in Marlow as well. That's where my sister lives, and my nephews, and obviously her husband. So I'm over there sometimes, and yeah, the river's a really nice place to just visit anywhere, but you can see it in Maidenhead as well. It goes through Maidenhead and then Marlow, Henley on Thames as well, another town where they have Henley Regatta. They have Marlow Regatta, so this is all on the River Thames, so nice place to visit, especially when it's nice and sunny. And I'm trying to think of places in Maidenhead. For some reason, in my mind, popped up KFC, McDonald's, Domino's, and all these kinds of places. But those aren't places that I go to look at. They are places that I actually very occasionally visit. I'm not really eating a lot of fast food nowadays. Apart from yesterday, I did relent and get a small Domino's pizza for myself, because I couldn't remember. Well, first of all, I really fancied it. But then second of all, I couldn't remember the last time I had a pizza, which means it must have been months and months and months ago. So I thought, right, I'm going to treat myself to a pizza and just have, a small pizza to myself. So that's what I had last night. Right, now, trying to think of other places in Maidenhead. You've got Maidenhead Bridge, which obviously is going over, the River Thames, so it's the same kind of thing. There's an old kind of pub place that's called the Bear, that a lot of people know in Maidenhead, because it's got like a bear, a model of a bear above the entrance, but it's quite a grand looking place. And I can't think of any other places. The Town Hall, that's a place where I walk in front of it during the video, Art Not Commerce, that we watched at the beginning. And yeah, I can't really think of any other, places that you'd go to visit in Maidenhead. I'm sure there are some, but I think when you live in a place, you aren't aware of the places that people want to look at. And I think pretty much around Maidenhead, Windsor and Windsor Castle is the main place where people go and where tourists go to see Windsor Castle. Because you can walk around there and spend the day there learning about the royal family and all that kind of stuff. So we have discussed that in the past on live streams. But anyway, thank you for that, Nicole. And Tammy has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Tammy. And the message is, hi Phil, congratulations on hitting 319,000 subscribers. Is it hard to sing and play guitar at the same time? So thank you for that. And I always say that it doubles the difficulty if you are singing and playing the guitar at the same time. And then it becomes even more difficult when you're playing more intricate lines on your guitars, such as riffs and lead lines, and then trying to sing, especially if those two things don't follow the same sequence, the same pattern. So it means that you're having to sing and emphasize particular notes and particular words that have to fit into the melody of what you're singing, but they might not necessarily be with your picking hand, so you can't really tie the things together. So that's where you have to start trying to practice in order to separate those two thought processes up. So certainly playing and singing is something that takes a bit of time to get used to, and you just got to practice it. And what I tended to do was try and pair up as much as I could with my guitar to the words that I was singing, because they might be timed differently, but there will be particular words and phrases that go with what you're playing. So it's just a case of trying to get a few of those, so at least you get a bit of a handle on the timing, and then try and do your best with the rest of it. But that's another thing altogether, playing and singing at the same time. So thank you for that, Tammy. And Debbie has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Debbie. The message is, hi Phil, congrats on another 1,000 subscribers. Loved the Mario Lanza analysis video this week. What is your favourite Chinese food? You are amazing. Love you, Debbie. So thank you for that, Debbie. And Chinese food. Just generally, I like Chinese food, but I'd have to say what I get is like chow mein, probably beef chow mein if I'm having getting it ordered. Again, Chinese is something that I haven't had in quite a long time. I can't remember. It was probably either my birthday or my mum's birthday, which would have been May for my mum, but then April for my birthday. Maybe my dad's birthday, which is in April as well. So that's it, April, May, June, July, August, September, 5 months ago. Something like that. So yeah, I don't know where time goes. So there you go. I'm probably due a Chinese, and that's almost like once every 6 months. And when I say about, I don't eat a lot of fast food, I think it's just that the time passes so quickly that I don't realise that I haven't had anything in that amount of time. So I did have pizza last night, so that's technically fast food, but Chinese, certainly something that I am a fan of. So I have, the chow mein, sometimes the sweet and sour pork, but I don't buy that for myself. I generally just have one or two of those because, my mum, my dad, and my sister, tend to order. I think that's something that's regularly ordered by them, so I just take one of them and maybe two if there are left at the end. I'm not one of these people that start taking lots of other people's food. I am conscious of doing that if there are one or two going spare, and generally what happens with Chinese is everybody orders too much. So then there's a few left over and people literally can't eat them anymore, at which time I swoop in and take either one or two of those. So sweet and sour pork, and the duck pancakes things. That's something that I think, my family just have always ordered, and I've just kind of grown to like them. I don't know whether I like them to begin with, but then I do like them now, so I don't know really what's going on with that. So I think when I was really young I didn't like it, but then maybe when my teenage years kind of got into it more, and I think that's probably egg fried rice as well. That's another thing that, again, you get loads of it, and I generally just have a little bit of that and then save it maybe for the next day or the day after, where I then mix my rice with the chow mein, whether that's, I think you can get chicken chow mein as well, which I've had before, but that's just reminded me, I used to get this lemon chicken stuff that I haven't ordered in ages because I've forgotten about it. But that used to be nice because you get like a lemon dip with it as well. So I'm going to have to remember that for next time I have Chinese, because I think over the last probably 5 years I've forgotten to order that, and I remember that I used to. So anyway, there you go. That's what I like specifically from the Chinese place. If we are, not eating out, but not getting it delivered because you have to go and pick it up. But anyway, thank you for that, Debbie. And Ghislaine has donated £19.61. So thank you for that. And the message is just yo, it says. I was trying to figure out what it would say instead of yo. But anyway, it's just yo. Be said. Hello. Laugh out loud. I love the way you pronounce my name. Much love, and rock Phil. So thank you for that. And it took me a little bit of time to get Ghislaine's name pronounced correctly, but hopefully I am saying it correctly now. The other thing that is happening with tonight's live stream, because I have my new camera set up that's kind of straight in front of me here. It's next to my old camera, so I haven't yet kind of got rid of that. And I was thinking that I might be able to, probably it's not going to work for the analysis videos actually thinking about it, but it means that I could use that as another angle, but then it'll be a bit weird to look at me from a different angle and then I'm not even talking to that camera. But anyway, that old camera still works. Obviously the brightness thing was always a problem with it, but it means that I could have another angle, but then it'll be less quality or not as good as the other one. But I keep on looking at it. This is what I'm trying to say, is I keep on looking at my old camera because I'm so used to looking into that camera, and it's right next to this camera. So it keeps on taking my eye away from the new one. I'm going to have to get used to it. I'll have to get rid of that old one. And because I just literally set this up before we went live, so it is working, which is great. And the other camera I'm going to have to remove. But thank you as well to Sharon, who has donated £15.34. So thank you for that. And the message is, did you happen to see the new movie Elvis? Opinion? ? Thanks for Elvis and Roy Clark vids. So thank you for that. And I haven't seen the Elvis movie, but I have heard that it's good. And I have seen, it advertised in, on different streaming sites and all that kind of stuff. I just haven't had time to kind of I don't really have time to sit down and just watch a movie. Generally, I have something on in the background when I'm doing emails and sorting out YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I think that's one of those movies that I'd probably want to watch and concentrate on rather than just having it on in the background. And the thing that I did see on social media was the guy's voice. That before he did the movie, he had what I would consider a normal talking voice where he's connecting his vocal cords. But then in the interviews after doing the movie, he's now talking in vocal fry, which is like, if I was going down like this, it's now this kind of sound. So the vocal cords now aren't connecting as much. You get that kind of effect. So, I saw interviews with him afterwards, and now he's doing that with his voice. So, I thought that was a little bit weird that there's videos of him talking like me, connecting vocal cords, and then after he did the movie, obviously he was doing that to simulate Elvis's voice, when he was taking on that part, but then maybe he decided, I like talking like that more than I like talking with my previous voice, so I'm going to start doing that as my voice from now on. So, it's something that I think once you've got a talking voice, I thought it was a little bit strange because I know that I wouldn't change my talking voice. Like, even if I was, trying to put on somebody else's voice, I would still have my voice afterwards. It wouldn't kind of make that transition. So, it's a bit strange that he's now changed his talking voice to effectively almost his Elvis voice that he put on. He obviously had to put it on for the movie, but he's put on a voice and now he's taken that voice on as his actual voice that I've seen in interviews. So I think the thing that I saw was somebody comparing his voice before the movie, where his voice is actually quite high, or at least it was brighter than him kind of going down here and starting to talk. And this is the point that when people start thinking and they go like that, I don't know why, but sometimes it kind of triggers my ear, because that sound is the vocal cords pressing up against each other and air basically going through the folds and them disconnecting and connecting, so you're hearing the vibrations of the vocal folds. So for me, that kind of triggers my ears. So whenever somebody's talking in vocal fry, I don't know why, it just is borderline uncomfortable for me to listen to, because I can hear that kind of connection, disconnection, and I kind of want people to connect their vocal cords. It's like, when you're talking, connect your vocal cords, because that's how the vocal cords work, and that's how you put expression into your voice, because they've got to connect. Because if you're talking in vocal fry, if you go down here all the time, it means that I can't really go, and make those different sounds, because you're always down in that kind of place. Anyway, Leah, let's stop talking about vocal fry, but that's something that I noticed about the movie, just considering that was part of that comment from Sharon. Thank you for that, Sharon. So no, I haven't seen that. Short answer, no, I haven't seen it yet. Edmund has donated £7.67 as well. Thank you for that, Edmund. And that is a straight up donation. And Anne has donated £7.67. So thank you for that, Anne. And the message is, a search tells me you haven't looked at Miles Kennedy since 2018. Learn 1,000 words for next live stream. Laugh out loud. So thank you for that, Anne. And yes, I'm not really, I don't have really time to learn songs and do covers at the moment, because when I did the cover videos previously, that was the 1 month I'd do for the video, because I'd spend a couple of weeks obviously playing everything, singing everything, mixing it, recording a video, editing that together. So it took a couple of weeks to stick together each of those covers. And now I'm literally doing everything, or doing something every second of every day. So unfortunately don't have time to spend on that. So unfortunately I won't be able to learn 1,000 words. But this is the thing with the analysis videos, that with those, I generally just spend between 6 and 12 hours doing those videos. So it means that I obviously have to go into it, isolate vocals if it is a vocal analysis, and run it through pitch monitoring software. That's another thing that unfortunately my sub, for some reason, is causing a malfunction with my sound. So I don't have any bass at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. And it'll be interesting for tonight's Fill Jam if we do indeed have one, because usually the bass is something that cuts through, so you can start to gauge where you are key-wise, or just what the notes are that you're hearing and what the chords are. So I'm not going to be having that tonight, so we will see what happens. By the way, let me just look at the likeometer. We are at 322 likes. So that means we're looking for another, what is that, 28 or 27 now? So, yes, if you can hit that thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. And I'm just looking into the super chat window because there's been another donation in there, or at least a couple of donations. I will get to those in a second. But thank you for that, Anne. And Michael has donated £50, so thank you for that, Michael. Very kind donation over on PayPal. And just to reiterate what I said in the last live stream about donations, that if you do make one accidentally or you donate more than you meant to through PayPal, I can donate the full amount back to the donator or the accidental donator. But through YouTube, they instantly take their percentage. Like, there's nothing that I can do. So I'll probably, only be able to refund 30%. That's what it works out at in the end, as to how much I get from the donations. So try not to make an accidental donation on YouTube, because I can't really do anything about it. If you do accidentally type in a big number, YouTube are going to take your money. So please, make sure you concentrate when you're typing those numbers on YouTube. It's not as important on PayPal because I can instantly refund it. It's just literally a click of a button. So thank you for that, Michael. And Darlene has donated £7.67. Thank you for that, Darlene. And that is a straight up donation. And Alison has donated £10 as well. Thank you for that, Alison. And the message is, hello, Phil. I really enjoyed your Beatles analysis videos. How you pointed out what a great performance band they were. Do you have any favourite Beatles tunes? Cheers, Alison J. So thanks for that, Alison. And, I mean, favourite Beatles tunes, I'd have to say that, I don't know whether, the first song I heard from the Beatles was probably most likely something like Yesterday or Help or Yellow Submarine or something that either, would be played on the radio or my parents would have listened to, or like Yellow Submarine, just a song that a kid might zero in on. But I'd say Eleanor Rigby is probably the one that stood out, and I know that people will probably think, oh, that's a bit random, but just for me, that's the first song that I heard that stood out, that I'm sure I'd heard other Beatles songs, but Eleanor Rigby, I wasn't sure who the band were when I heard it. And this is the point about them having so many different songs and so many different styles to their songs. They can make one song that sounds totally different to the next. And Eleanor Rigby was one of those that really stood out to me, not knowing that it was the Beatles that did it. And then, I understood when, I don't know how old I was, maybe 8 or 9, I then realised, oh, it's the same people that do the other songs that I've heard, like Help and Yesterday. Yesterday was one that I probably zeroed in on a little bit later, maybe when I was 11 or 12 or 13. I'd listened to that quite a lot. So, and then for some reason around that time I was listening to a lot of Queen as well, but I think that's just my taste, probably where it started, listening to the Beatles and then a bit of Queen. For some reason I know that I was listening to Yesterday and then following it up by listening to Bohemian Rhapsody or something. So anyway, thank you for that, Alison. And just jumping in to the most recent one that's come in from Connie B. So thank you for this. It's a £15 donation, and the message is, hello, Phil and Wingers. Just say no to vocal fry. Thanks for all you do, Connie B. So thank you for that. And I won't be talking in vocal fry. Just not my style, not something that I'm into. But anyway, thank you to the 4S, who has donated $10 as well. So thank you for that. And this message saying, hi Phil, can you please do a voice analysis of Ginger, the metal singer that screams like a man? So thank you for that. And yes, I'll make a note of that one. And David has donated $2 as well. Thank you for that, David. And the message is, the camera is a good one. So yes, it is. I know. I mean, actually, I don't even know what this does. I've just realized that I've got like zoom in, zoom out, turn on, turn off, lighting. This is the point that, did I demonstrate this or not? So I can do this with the camera and make it lighter with my hand controller. So it's, yeah, a totally, how far do I go down? Yeah, so this is the darkest it can be, which is just showing the natural light of the room. But if the natural light in the room was too dark, I can turn up the lighting, the exposure on this camera with a control. So yes, it is very fancy indeed. And yeah, it did cost, I don't know, maybe 5 times as much as the first one. But like I said, I have been saving up, and it's something that I wanted to get because it was a little bit annoying where the old camera would lose its lighting, and there's nothing that I could do about it. Whereas now, yeah, I've got a controller and can control the exposure with it. The reason I'm picking this up and looking at it is because there's an up, down, and a left and a right. And I don't know what that is, but this is the problem with me. I just press buttons, not knowing what they do. So I'm going to do 1, 2. Oh, it's for when you zoom in. You can now move the camera up and down. Right, so, how do I get out again? So zoom out, zoom out. Was it one more? Zoom out. Did I go down? I can't remember. Okay, I'm in the middle. I'm going to stop pressing that now. Put that down there. So that's what those arrows mean, that I can zoom in and move it around. So yeah, it's very fancy. And yeah, don't worry, I didn't press. I can see that Grumpy Otter said, don't press the off button, Phil. I'm so tempted to press the off button, but I'm not going to, just in case it doesn't come back on again. But the temptation is huge. So anyway, thank you for that, David. Yes, it is a good camera, and yeah, it's 4K. 4K. Maybe I can start putting that on my analysis videos, because some people, when they have a video that's 4K, they put like 4K in the corner for those people that do have ultra high definition TVs or UHD TVs, and they can watch 4K, or if they've got 4K monitors. So yeah, I'll probably maybe do those on the analysis videos, but I've just thought I'll have to reset the pixel ratio for those videos, and that might be part of the settings that I'll have to start all over again. And in which case, starting all over again is going to be a bit of a pain, because I've got it all set up so that I can have half the screen for the video and capture it, and then go to a smaller screen if I need to play the guitar. So we will see. And you can look out for tomorrow night's video, because I will be using this camera, and yeah, it might be 4K if I can organize it. So Marsha donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Marsha. And this is a person jumping up and down with the, I can't remember what they're called, but the cheerleaders have pom-poms. I think that's what they're called here in this country. Pom-poms, up and down, cheerleader jumping up and down. So thank you for that, Marsha. And Ginger has donated $10 as well. Thank you for that, Ginger. And the message is, please listen to the Welsh boy, Kai Thomas, the most crystal clear treble who will pierce you to the heart. So thank you for that. And Mike has donated $30 as well. And by the way, Ginger, that was Ginger's first donation, because it's got a big one with the party balloons next to it. So thank you for that. And Mike has again donated for the first time in the super chat window. So thank you for that, Mike. And this was for $30. And the message is, loved Roy Clark, Jerry Reed, and Glenn Campbell shows. Grew up on that old country. Amazing entertainers. Hello from Texas. So thank you for that, Mike. And just on that Texas vibe, as I think Liz said in the last live stream, yeah, Taj Farrant has landed safely over in the USA now. So, I mean, if you guys are local to, Austin, Texas, or you see, Taj playing in and around your area, go and check him out. Say hi to him. And I suppose if you've got a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, if you wear one of those, because Taj watches the channel and is sometimes in the live stream chat room, and I know that you guys have spoken to him before. If you're wearing a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, you might stick out in the crowd. He might notice you a little bit more. So yeah, but anyway, go and check him out live if you do get the chance. You could go and say hi, and yeah, maybe make that link from Wings of Pegasus live streams to Taj, who's on the channel as well. I've spoken to Taj. We had an interview recently, but yeah, you could make that link in real life. That would be cool. So anyway, yeah, great to know that Taj is over in the USA and just doing his thing. Go and check him out if you get a chance. Anyway, thank you for that, Mike. And yes, certainly those old country players. I mean, Roy Clark being one of those examples of a guy who could literally play anything. Had strings on it, you know, to a ridiculously high level. And yeah, certainly Glenn Campbell and Jerry Reed. I think a lot of people just knew him for his acting and didn't realise that, yeah, he was just, you know, looking at those videos. I think we've done an analysis video where we saw his ability, like his technical ability on the fretboard, just being totally amazing in the analysis videos that we've looked at. I mean, as well as looking at, you know, Roy Clark and Glenn Campbell and just country players in general, I'd say. And it kind of leads you down that rabbit hole of just looking at great country players, but also the fact that so many of those were doing techniques and, you know, sweeping techniques, for example, you know, going all the way, you know, back to Les Paul, you know, doing just crazy stuff that I think guys in the 80s, obviously they're watching, and when I say guys in the 80s, I mean like, yeah, classic rock, hard rock. A lot of those guys watched country players, and, you know, like Van Halen, that you know, Eddie Van Halen, that story of him asking for, you know, lessons from Glenn Campbell. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he asked Roy Clark as well, you know, wanting to get this technique and the synchronization between right hand and left hand is just something that goes hand in hand with country players, that because they play extended runs with alternate picking, economy picking, and just flat picking, you know, using that pick so efficiently and being, you know, on a clean tone as well means that they get nowhere to hide. So, you know, they had to have that kind of technique to sound as good as they did, and it's only when you analyze it you realize how amazing it was. But anyway, thank you for that, Mike. Right, it is 11:52, almost 11:53 here in the UK, so we're closing in on midnight. I think it's about time we had a look at the vote for tonight's cover video, and it looks like we have More Than Words at 58% of the vote. What we will do is, I mean, I'm going to end this because we've already hit the likes goal for the Phil Jam later on. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up and getting us there so soon. 350 is a huge target. So it's great that we are already there, and we will be having a Phil Jam. So we've got to leave some space for that at the end, however long that particular Phil Jam is going to be. So I'm going to end the poll to have the official result. I think it's going to be More Than Words. And yes, it comes through as More Than Words, 57% of the vote. So we'll jump into this, obviously my version of this particular song by Extreme. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in a second. Rock! Hi guys, this is my first proper video of 2017, and it's my cover of More Than Words by Extreme. And I hope you like it. Rock!
Saying I love you, it's not the words I wanna hear from you. It's not that I want you not to say, but if you only knew how easy it would be to show me how you more than words is all you have to that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you could make things new just by saying I love you. More than words, love. Now that I've tried to talk to you and make you understand, all you have to do is close your eyes and just reach out your hands and touch me. Hold me close, don't ever let me go. More than words is all I ever needed you to show. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was torn in two? More than words to show you feel that your love for me is real. What would you say if I took those words away? Then you could make things new just by saying I love you.
And there we have it. That was my version of More Than Words by Extreme. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Thank you for voting for that as tonight's cover video, and for you guys over on Patreon for requesting it in the first place. Right, a few things. First of all, somebody said, I just saw in the live chat room, but now it's disappeared. Somebody said they love the percussive way of playing acoustic guitar and players such as Mike Dawes. And make sure, I'm getting some echo going on here, but make sure you check out my interview with Mike on the channel here somewhere. Because yeah, I've done lots of interviews on the channel, and yeah, you can find them when you obviously search for them. But yeah, if you want to check that out, if somebody is a fan of Mike's, then yeah, you can jump into that video. Another thing, or two more things. First of all, the Patreon names at the bottom of the screen, I think they're going through okay. Hopefully all of the names are going through, and I'll tell you what, I might just reset it to see if it does then start how it usually starts. I don't know why it is randomly doing it in a different order tonight. So let's click on that. It's still going through in a random order, and it's loading up something that doesn't even exist. It's just taking random names, or at least jumbling them about. Anyway, yes, your Patreon names, and anybody that is a patron, when you start the, I think when you put in your email and you start the username, or at least it asks you to put in a username to start or name your account over there. When you put in your username, that's what I use for the names at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, if there are some people that say, oh, my name isn't in the list, and you're thinking that I'm going to put your email address on there or your YouTube username, I'm not going to do that at the bottom of the screen like have emails and things. So whatever you've put in as your username on Patreon, that's what I put at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, that's something that just to be aware of, that if you're looking for your name and you can't see it, remember that, yeah, I'm using the username. So it'll be your username over on Patreon, whatever you've typed that in as. Another thing is things that are sent to me, as gifts or packages and all that kind of stuff. It's great. So, thank you guys for thinking of doing that. The only problem is that here in the UK, there's a customs charge, which means that anything coming from abroad, I've then got to pay for in order to go and collect it at the post office. And some companies don't deliver to, PO box addresses, which means that then they don't get to me. And this is a problem that I had with the Goonies merchandise that was being sent to me by Jim. And, luckily my dad took it upon himself to spend a bit of time trying to find where that package was. And it's something that I didn't have time to do because I'm just full on all the time. I don't have time to, search for packages that have been sent, especially if I haven't been, notified of them, and it's not something my dad has time to do either. He just happened to be able to have a bit of time at that particular time when that package was not available, or it wasn't, I know that Jim wasn't aware of where it was. So anyway, that's the other thing. I do appreciate it a lot, but when the packages don't arrive, I can't go and chase them up because I've got too much to do already. So yeah, trying to do tracking numbers and all that kind of stuff. It's I would then be kind of doing that rather than doing live streams and my analysis videos and things that I need to keep on going, keeping up with messages, emails, and all that kind of stuff. So just that note to mention on the live streams that the packages and things being sent to me, if they do make it to me, then there's going to be a customs charge as well. And yeah, if I get enough of them, it means that I'm not going to be able to afford to receive all of the packages that are arriving. So I do appreciate it a lot, but like I say on these live streams, you don't have to donate, and you certainly don't have to send me anything. And if you do send me something, it might be the case that it never gets to me. So I don't want you guys to, waste any potential money, or send me something thinking that I'm definitely going to get it and then I don't get it. And yeah, so just so you guys know, I just want to put that out there on the live streams so that you do know. But anyway, thank you just for the sentiment and for the idea of doing it in the first place. I do appreciate it, and just as I appreciate the thought of donating as well. But certainly donating is something that's obviously more straightforward, and that comes through on PayPal or through YouTube, and isn't as complicated as having customs charges and all that kind of stuff. And sometimes I can remember that somebody said that they were going to send me, and did send me, like these cinnamon nuts or something, but then I realised actually later on, only a few months ago, and this was probably a year or two ago, that the person said that they'd sent those things. That's something that's not even allowed through customs, is those kinds of nuts or different types of foods or plants and all that kind of stuff. They have particular laws about particular nuts that are allowed in and out, and unfortunately I never got that either. And I know that the person had sent it, and then I wondered, why has it not arrived? And then realised that, the reason that thing didn't arrive probably about a year ago is because customs wouldn't let it through. So that's also the other problem, that if it is any kind of food, even though the Baby Ruths did make it through with that Goonies merchandise or jewellery that was sent through. So yes, that is something. I did have a Baby Ruth, at least. Actually, I had 4 of them. So thank you for the donations. As I always say, you don't have to donate, but they are much appreciated. We are going to be now 4 minutes past midnight. Maybe, I don't know how long the backing track is, so let me go over to my page over here on Patreon, and sometimes this goes a bit weird and I can't really scroll through it properly. Right, let's go up. Right, number 40. 10 minutes and 45 seconds, and we don't have any wah-wah tonight. I did actually plug it in earlier, but the wah-wah, yeah, for some reason I think the earthing just goes haywire as soon as I start the wah-wah, because at the moment the amp is plugged in and my guitar is on, and as you can hear, it's not, really buzzy in terms of that earthing problem has gone away momentarily. But as soon as I plugged in the wah-wah, it went wrong. And it's something that I was trying to figure out. I have moved some plugs around and changed like some amps that are plugged into different sockets, because I think maybe it was to do with the plug adapter just being overloaded or something. So I have taken that out, which has worked for my guitar and my amp. But yeah, as soon as the wah-wah starts going, it's all, it's so fuzzy, it's ridiculous. So we don't have that tonight. Oh, yes, who's that? 123 Rockchild said, pictures, ? Let's get through the pictures and then get into the Phil Jam. So, by the way, guys, if you're watching this on catch-up in the future, you can still hit that thumbs up. It really does help this live stream to get out there and for the channel to grow on the whole. But let's jump into Picture Corner. As I say that, I've just remembered that I haven't even set up the screen capture for Picture Corner. So this is going to be interesting because I don't have what I need set up. Let me click on that. Okay, that hasn't brought up what I wanted. So let me click on... I'm just randomly clicking on things at the moment to see if I can find them. I think I've clicked on the right thing, but it's the wrong type of... Oh, what is this doing? Why has it now changed the view that I had before? Right, okay. I can see a picture, which is good. Let me see if I can grab it like that. And the final step should be to get it on screen. There it is. So this first picture has been sent in by Elaine. So thank you for this, Elaine. And let me go to Facebook because I can read out what actually came through with this particular picture. And that was bad. I just scrolled up about 500 years. Let me just scroll back down again. So hang on, I'm trying to find where this picture came from. Oh, okay, I've done it in the reverse order. This is the one that came through last, I'm showing first. But this is from Elaine and says a picture of the Bear Boys are back in town. So thank you for that. Obviously the Wings of Pegasus t-shirt there. Let's see if this next one shows up. And there it is, which is good. This has been sent through from Dawn. And it's a signature, some guy's signature that has been put in a frame. So thank you for that. And by the way, just in case you don't know, my signature is an F and an H, kind of all blending into one. If it just looks like more of an H than an F, there's the F that is supposed to be at the beginning, which then crosses the H. That's my signature if anybody was interested, not that you were. So let's now go into the next one, and this is again from Dawn, a framed picture of some guy and the Wings of Pegasus signed pic with the signature on it as well as a necklace. So thank you for uploading that one. And now we go to Connie, who uploaded this as well. And I'm just trying to see, I think there's one more picture that I might not have, but anyway, yes, this has been sent in from Connie, and it's the Wings of Pegasus hoodie. As you can see, some kind of music event going on there, and it just says that Connie took the hoodie to an outdoor concert. That's the message with it. So thank you for that. And I'm going to see if I can grab this picture on the fly and save it and see if it actually appears so that I can click on it. And I mean, it's pretty close. I literally just saved that from Facebook and uploaded it. Oh, let me get the screen capture a little bit wider maybe so we can see more of it. Oh, it's gone all wonky, but maybe I'll take it back a little bit so it goes in the center a little bit more. So yes, here we have Vince and Renee, and Vince is wearing his Wings of Pegasus t-shirt. So thank you for uploading that one, and a big thank you to Laura for linking me to the pictures. And you guys, if you want to, let me see if I can actually get this back to me after everything that I've just been doing. I'm not sure. Where's the button? There it is. Okay. Because I was doing screen captures and stuff, that was all very complicated. But yeah, I was going to say that if you want to upload any pictures yourself and you are a Facebook user, you can head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. Go over there and you can join in with that. And Bob hosts the after party after the live streams, so you can jump in, join in the conversation between the live streams, but also upload any pictures that you may have of you modelling your Wings of Pegasus merchandise. And by the way, for the merchandise, I haven't even plugged the mug. There's the mug. If you want to get your hands on the mug, t-shirt, hoodie, caps, bucket hats, then you can do. Click on the tray underneath this video. And if you don't have a tray, there's a link in the description below. And that'll take you through to the spring.com store. Right, we're going to be jumping into the fill jam because it's like it's over 10 minutes in length. And we don't have any wah-wah, so it could get very boring playing. But let's have a look over here. And I don't know whether we'll play along to the full 10 minutes. We'll see how we go. Maybe, what's the time? 11 minutes past midnight. Maybe we'll do about halfway. But let's click on it to begin with and see what it's going to be. Let's mute the advert. Let that play through. Skip that. Right, and as for the levels, not really sure, but you might be able to see the guitar a little bit more clearly because of, and so, oh, my seat is already up, which is good. And let me, I do tend to kind of cross my legs so that you can see it a little bit better. So you might be able to see more of my guitar. Who knows? First time, first fill jam with the new camera. And we are going to be jumping into this. And oh, Elaine says, can we get some different colours in the t-shirts? Pretty please. Purple is good. So thank you for that. And yeah, with, again, merchandise and like the toys and kind of things that I've had ideas for in the past, it's just a case of having time to do things. You know, even just, you know, making more colours available for t-shirts. I'll have to try and do that at some point. But at the moment, I'm just trying to, especially over the last 3 or 4 weeks, it's just been crazy busy with subscribers and emails and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I'll try my best to maybe get some extra colours and things going on. But maybe you can have some votes on colours and let me know which colours you want, because yeah, maybe just 1 or 2 would be good, the most popular ones. Right, let's have a listen to this. This is epic progressive hard rock backing track / guitar jam in E minor, and it's coming from Pat Matrone. So that is the YouTube channel, Pat Matrone, or Matrone, Matrone. That's how you spell the surname. But let's have a listen to this and see what it's all about. I can hear it. So can you hear this guitar? I was thinking it, saying can you hear it, and I wasn't playing, so I will play a little bit. Okay, I am in time for the Phil Jam. The guitar sounds fine. That was Orlando with the donation. Thank you for that, Orlando. Going on. Okay, I've been messing around for over 8 minutes already. So it's like, what, 2 minutes left? We can just keep on going and like have a very long kind of Phil Jam thing going on. We'll see what happens. It didn't have an ending, unfortunately. It just cut out. One of those ones that is just suddenly gone. So I couldn't work out any kind of ending for it. I tried my best. It sounded like it was going to end, as if there was going to be a finish. But it made that sound as if it was going to end and then just suddenly went stop. So there we go. That was tonight's Phil Jam. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up, for allowing the Phil Jam for tonight. And yes, a very long one, but lots of changes going on. And was it me or was it... All right, I can now kind of focus in on it a little bit more. And it was in 7/8. So it was in a bit of a strange time signature. So that's what it was. So if you were trying to tap your foot along to it, then obviously it's not quite going to work because the bars are ending a beat before they should do. But this is the thing, when you just kind of jam along, see what happens. You don't really have to worry too much about time signatures as long as you just lock into the sound and everything that's going on. Right, so that is it for tonight. We are going to be calling things to a close. There's going to be another analysis video tomorrow night, so make sure that you look out for that. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video, and you'll get notified for the live streams. And we're going to be live streaming next Tuesday, as always. It's 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, and yeah, it is literally on Tuesday night that I will be there. So if you're there as well, that would be great. We are going to be calling things to a close. Oh, Janice C says, what genre, please? So that was progressive hard rock that we were just playing along to there. So yes, that was it. So a relatively successful first trial of my camera, considering that I literally set it up before we started. So that is all good. Right, I'm going to be off now. As I always say, I try to stay as safe and as sane as possible in this crazy world in which we live. And thank you, Orlando, for that $2 donation. And it says, Grateful Jam, you all killed the like button with a thumbs up. So yes, everybody did. So thank you guys for hitting that thumbs up. And yes, I'll be here tomorrow night. So have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll catch you guys at the next one. Rock!